So today we are going to go into the mysterious world of Poppy Playtime. We will know who this cat's nap is. What is this red smoke? Who else is this dangerous-looking prototype, called Experiment 1006? We'll know the answers to all these questions in today's video. In Poppy Playtime Part 2, the player's train crashes at the end, and this train was crashed by Poppy himself. Deliberately, that's because Poppy didn't want the player to mean this place. This factory cannot get out of here. Because there were many such works which had to be finished. Now as soon as Part 3 of this game starts, the player regains consciousness. He's in the arms of a cat's nap. It's the cat's nap, not the big-mouthed cat, which is basically a monster. And it picks up the player in the West Settlement area, where the player was about to become a grumpy, but the player was about to make his life. Saves and leaves from there. And after that he goes to the room behind this disposal area, where he gets a call from an unknown partner. Here the phone was put on the wall. So let's know who said to our player, who called our player. Who was the mysterious caller? This caller was a small child who tells his name on the phone. Ollie tells the whole story, that the player wants the player to stop at this place and finish a master present here. This is the main guru in whose case all the other small, these animatronics, these toys are the enemies of people's lives, and at the same time it is also of opinion that it is Ollie, does not give the player a cat's nap, who is not the enemy of your life. He is keeping an eye on you, and as soon as he gets a chance, he will kill you. For those who don't know about Poppy Playtime, all this is happening inside a factory, and the company that owns this factory was called Playtime. They used to make toys for children. They also had an orphanage where they kept children. Now what they did with the children, I will tell you later, but some of their toys were from the Catnap series, which were called Smiley Kittens. They looked like this. They were laughing cats, one of which was a dangerous cat, Catnap, which is still an enemy of the player's life, that is, ours. Well, we will deal with Catnap. But now let's know what this orphanage is all about. This is a place where orphan children were kept. This Playtime company used to claim that they serve orphan children and keep them happy. They had built a paradise for these orphan children, which was also completely underground. While playing the game, our player gets a sky rail in which he sits and comes to the playcare area. This is a very large underground dome. There was a place built inside which was like a heaven for the children. It was a very beautiful place. There was a big toy store, a big playhouse, a school, and also a big house for the children to live in. Its name was Home Sweet Home. But as beautiful as this place looked, there were equally scary and dangerous secrets hidden behind it. When our player moves forward, he encounters red gas. This gas was used in the orphanage here to put the children into deep sleep at night. After that, when the children went into deep sleep, they were taken out from here and taken to a secret place where very dangerous experiments were done on them. Those who have played Poppy Playtime 1 or 2 know that these monsters that are roaming around are the same children. Those who have been experimented upon and turned into monsters, our player escapes from the red smoke and enters inside Home Sweet Home. Here he encounters Catnap, but Catnap does not harm him. He is just keeping an eye on the player by hiding. After that, the player gets a videotape. In that videotape, it is told how experiments were being done with the children in this company, i.e. inside this factory. It is also told that how brother became a monster here, how every person working here disappeared. But in the middle of this video, Huggy comes out of the TV, and this is a different miracle, which means no one had expected. This scene was very scary. Inside the game, Huggy comes out of the TV and attacks our player, i.e. the protector. But let me tell you that all this that happened was illusion. An illusion because the player was caught in the grip of red smoke, and due to the effect of the same red smoke, he got such an illusion that Huggy came out from inside the TV. He comes out, and after that our player becomes unconscious, and after that when he regains consciousness and moves forward, he gets a gas mask. Now when he moves forward wearing this gas mask, then this red smoke will not affect him. This illusion that happened, there will be no more such illusions. After moving a little further, our player meets Kissy Missy, who is crying after seeing a photo. Later it is revealed that brother, this photo was of her. Earlier Kissy Missy was a child as seen in this photo. Later, by experimenting, she was made into a monster. But those who have played Poppy Playtime, they know that Kissy Missy is not harmful. She is very helpful. Now our player moves forward and leaves Kissy Missy crying there, then suddenly attacks her Huggy. Now I don't understand whether it was actually Huggy Wuggy or an illusion, but Poppy comes in between and saves our player and tells him that there is a monster here which is called the Prototype, and Poppy tells the player that all the monsters here are controlled by a monster named Experiment 1006. It is called the Prototype, and the main aim of this game is that the player goes and kills the Prototype. Now let's see if this actually happens, or there is another part of this game. When the player moves forward, he encounters the scary Miss Delight. She was a very good teacher when she was a human, but now she has become a monster. When she was a human, she tried a lot to help the children and save them from these experiments, but sadly now she has become a monster herself, and our player runs away from her to save his life. On moving forward, he reaches the caves and meets a scary place. In the caves where there was a strange monster, that was the Prototype, inside which the real life was. I don't know whose body it was, but his body was made up of parts of dead bodies of many monsters, and it was very strange and creepy, and what was even more creepy was that the catnap was worshipping him, worshipping that Prototype as if he was a god. The player did not understand this. There must be some backstory behind this. Finally, the player moves forward. He fights with many monsters. He almost kills Catnap by burning him, but just before dying, Prototype comes and takes Catnap away. Maybe he is going to add parts of his body to his body, but what is going to happen next? Literally, the suspense has increased a lot. The next part is the final part. So our player moves forward with Poppy and Kissy Missy, and now he starts the journey to go more underground, where there is a monster named Prototype inside the caves, the same entity 1006. So what Missy does is that she puts the player and Poppy in an elevator so that it can go down, and when these people are going down, there is a lot of darkness on the way, and they hear the sounds of Kissy Missy screaming in pain from above. It seems as if someone has killed this Missy, and now these people, Poppy and the player, both of them also get stuck in the middle of the way. Their lift stops. Neither can they go down to the Prototype, nor can they come up now, and here this game ends on this suspenseful movement. We will get to know what will happen next when the game named Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 comes. So friend, that was all. The story of Poppy Playtime 3, I have told you in very short. I have skipped many things in this story which were not necessary, but I hope you guys must have enjoyed watching this video, and you must have understood the whole story of Poppy Playtime 3. So if you play this game after watching this video and understanding the story, then you will enjoy it more. To give me this fun, give me a like, like my video, and if you have come for the first time in our video, then subscribe to this channel, and if you are fond of watching the gameplay, then tell us in the comment box below. Let us end this video here.